Hi there, it's Amanda. I am going to be cooking from this book that I found when I was traveling once called Rambutan, and it is recipes from Sri Lanka. And I was really interested in it because I went to Sri Lanka back in 2004 and fell deeply in love with the food and the culture. It is so beautiful, but I haven't really seen many cookbooks that contain Sri Lankan recipes or one that's entirely focused on Sri Lankan cooking. And so I wanted to try this recipe from this book, which is by Cynthia Shanmugalingam. But I was drawn to something called Curry Leaf Rava Dosa. And here it is. I've never made a dosa, and I thought that would be a fun challenge. So here we go. But the first thing we're gonna do is actually mix the dosa batter because it needs 20 minutes to sit. So it starts with some rice flour, some semolina flour, and also wheat flour. And then it also contains cumin seeds and a little bit of yogurt. I think I'm gonna try to use this little glass bowl so that you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to put the semolina flour. That was 100 grams. So you will have to get out. This does not translate weights to cup measurements. So you will need a scale for the ingredients in this recipe. Here is 100 grams of rice flour and then 50 grams of plain white wheat flour. Now I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of cumin seeds. Here we go. And I'm assuming that we're not toasting them in advance because they'll probably get toasted as the dosa cooks because it's so thin. We're gonna mix it with this little guy. What I'm supposed to do here is kind of form it into a mound and then make a well in the center, and in goes the yogurt. Now what happens? This is like an adventure. Okay, I'm gonna add a quarter of the water. I'm gonna see if it all fits in this bowl. Need a little bit of a tight squeeze. So I'm gonna take about a quarter of the water into it. Well, this is definitely not gonna fit in this bowl. Mix it all well using a spoon. Well, I'm gonna use my spatula and see how that goes. Making sure that there are no lumps. Keep adding the water little by little, mixing until all the water has been incorporated. You want a thin batter with a watery consistency. So I'm stirring like I would most batters, where I kind of work from the center of the well and start drawing in the dry ingredients from around the edges. So far, I wouldn't say it's lump-free, but it's got minimal lumps. If you see lumps, just try to slice through them with your spatula or your spoon, whatever tool you decide to go and use. Okay, I think it's ready for a little bit more water. This is sort of a fun challenge. I like this. Okay, you can see this is thickening up. She says I'm gonna get all this water in here. Maybe there might be some more dry ingredients hiding. Okay, there are. Okay, there we go. I have about 50, maybe 40 milliliters of water left. So I'm going to just let it sit for its 20 minutes, remix it because a lot of the semolina is gonna fall to the bottom, and then see if I wanna add the rest of the water or not. So there you go, playing it by ear. Okay, now we're gonna head over to the stove and cook the curry leaves. Okay, we're using canola oil. I'm gonna add a tablespoon. As soon as the oil shimmers, we're gonna add these, and they probably are gonna make popping sounds. So throw them in the pan and then run away. That's what I like to do. You're basically just kind of crisping them, getting their flavor to come out. Okay, and then we're gonna transfer them to a bowl to sit for a few minutes while the batter is doing its thing, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. All right, so we've got our batter, which has been sitting. Cynthia recommends giving it a stir so that whatever has settled at the bottom can come back up. I think this to me feels like a loose buttermilk. So I think I'm gonna stop right there, and then we can always add more water after we try cooking it. Large frying pan or flat griddle over high heat. And then she has you do what you often do with any kind of pancake. You use a paper towel to spread the oil around. Time to take our curry leaves and crumble them. Actually, they're more crumbly than I expected. They're also, because they were cooked in oil, very sticky. So I'm gonna have to get them off of my hands. This is the glitter of the kitchen. I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? All right, here we go. And I'm supposed to pour this in a zigzaggy kind of fashion. Whoops, that's not it. Okay, whoops, there's my dosa. Oh my God, help. This is gonna be like a Rorschach, it's like, what do you, Rorschach, that's how you say it. I was like, what? Oh, it's starting to lift a little bit. Okay, that is like way too thick. All right, I'm gonna need to, I think, transfer this into something else. So you don't flip it. Jeez, okay, I'm gonna use this longer guy. Okay, so the first failed pancake is complete. Okay, let's transfer. Okay, we ready for some more excitements? Okay, here we go. Still too thick though, I think you're right. So I think, let's do this. We're dosa-ing together. Okay, so this, the edge feels better. Okay. All right. Progress. First one's going in the garbage. Here we go. Bye-bye. Round 3. Quick zigzag. Oh, that looks better. Oh, she said a rectangle. We're getting there. I feel like if I could know how to make a great dosa, I'd be very happy. Be like, bucket list. Let's see. Ready? That one's a little too thick on that side. Ooh, yeah. I think what happens now I feel like I'm starting to understand the process here. You want it thin enough the moisture cooks out at the same rate that the base brown, so that you end up with something that's cooked through, but it's pretty crisp. And we're not there yet, but we're getting there. I almost feel like I could go just a tiny bit more water. I'm gonna try one more thing with the oil. Put it on and then spread it around. We're around 4? No, too thick, too thick. Not the prettiest looking dosas, but I think they're actually kind of cool looking. I'm like, I don't really care about the shape. It's more about making sure that it's the right thickness. And I feel like I'm getting better around the edges, but the center is still too thick. And I actually don't think it's the batter. I think it's just my pouring technique. Sad for me, I think this is going to take me a few times of making dosas to get my technique down. This is that moment when if you bought a cake spatula because you had this dreams of icing elaborate cakes, but then you actually never did it. Here's a second use for them. Okay, I think this has to come out because otherwise it's gonna be too burned. But the edges are so nice and thin. What does she say? She says, oh, actually, yeah, you are supposed to lower the flame to medium and cook until one side of the dosa turns golden and crisp. See, this one, it tastes too burned to me. I thought the curry leaf was gonna be more prominent. You really do taste the cumin, which is great. Prep for another batch. She recommends giving your batter a stir every time because the semolina really does, like, it sort of sinks like a lead balloon to the bottom. That looks better, a little bit, maybe. Actually, maybe it's not supposed to be as totally crisp as, maybe it's supposed to have a little bit of thickness, because hers do. Maybe I'm just being too harsh on my dosas. Okay, so this last one, I feel like I got it on the last one, but I want to play around with a little bit more and do this one a little bit more on medium heat so that it's more golden. Yeah, the char was adding a little bit too much bitterness, so I want to see if we can fix that by cooking it at a lower temperature and see if I can still get the same lacy effect. I mean, the char wasn't terrible. I'm just trying to perfect my dosa. Since I can't do anything about the shape, it seems, maybe I can at least get the flavor right. This is so much fun, and I'm really looking forward to making these again. Okay, please cooperate. It's like looking weird here. It's like so thin. You can see through it. You can't even, there's no, although it also looks tasty. Ooh, there we go. All right, I'm gonna make one more from this batch, and then we're gonna call it a day. Okay, were you coming to check out things? See what's going on? This one's nice and crisp. Yay! Okay. This is something I feel like you cook home alone the first time. Just keep it to yourself. Trial number 2, that's when you invite your friends. This one looks so nice. Okay, I feel like I'm jinxing it. Uh-oh. I'm gonna flip this guy over and hope that it decides to come off of here. Okay. First foray into the world of dosas, and I feel like I made one that kind of fit the description of what it was supposed to. This has been super fun, and I hope you'll give it a try. It's a great challenge, and I look forward to kind of like mixing up the cookware, the temperatures, and really getting it right. But I feel like, you know, hey, if you can make something that's kind of like this lacy and crisp and tasty in the way that this is, pretty cool. I hope you'll check out Cynthia's book. and I am looking forward to diving in and making some more food from Sri Lanka. Thanks for joining, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.